Have you ever noticed that sometimes the things you plan for isn't actually the best part of the day? We spend so much of our lives looking forward to an event, a vacation, a promotion, a retirement, losing weight, finding love, fixing a problem, or finally having enough money. And then life changed the whole plan. But what if the real blessing wasn't the destination? What if it was everything that happened along the way? Today, I want to share a simple story with you about taking all my 4 Glambabies to the Mets game that got cancelled because of the rain. And the lesson I learned that day might just change the way you look at your own life. So grab your coffee, your water, darlings, and let's talk. And before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button notification, okay? Because YouTube doesn't always show you my videos, and I would hate for you to miss the next lesson, story, or encouragement that might arrive exactly when you need it. Okay? Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty of the video conversation today. That morning, I got up and went for my normal walk around my neighborhood. Nothing extraordinary. Just another ordinary day in my neck of the woods. I came home, I showered, I got dressed and headed out to work. I had a wonderful day with my clients and coworkers. As usual, I love what I do. You all know how much I love what I do. After more than 40 years as a Jamaican seamstress, I still enjoy helping people feel good in their clothes. There is something special about helping someone stand a little taller when their clothes finally fit correctly. The day was moving along beautifully. Then I came home, met my husband for lunch at home. He made a nice salad. We spent some time together, enjoyed our meal, and then I headed back to work to finish up my day. Everything felt normal. That's my normal routine in the morning till 1 o'clock. Productivity, peaceful, the kind of day many people would overlook. But I have learned something in my 61 plus years. I'm going to be 62 this year. Ordinary days become extraordinary memories when you are paying attention. Okay? Most people miss their lives because they're always waiting for something bigger. You know? After work, it was time to pick up the Glambabies I call them. All 4 of them, okay? Now, if you are a grandma or a grandma or a nanny, you already know that having all your grandchildren together at the same time is a blessing in itself. My daughter was working at the Mets game representing her bank, because she's a banker. She wasn't able to leave work to pick up the children and then still get to the game. So, of course, we stepped in, Grandma, because that's what family does. Okay? Not because it's convenient, not because it's easy, it's not easy, not because family matters, but because family do matters. I pick up the little ones from daycare, pick up the older ones from boys and girls school. I clean out the truck because it had a lot of dog hair. Prince have to go with him everywhere. If you have dogs, you understand. Prince is a working dog. No matter how much you clean, somehow there's still a lot of dog hair. So my daughter got home and installed the car seats in the truck. Oh, my back. Everybody piled in. Everybody. And off we went our merry way. Excitement everywhere. Everybody talking in the back. Everybody just talking, laughter. I just love to hear that chaos sound. Questions and energy and the kind of beautiful chaos only children can create. I love it. Then the rain started falling. And honestly, none of us were scared. Because the goal wasn't perfection. The goal was togetherness. That is a lesson many adults have forgotten. We think everything has to be perfect before we can enjoy ourselves. The perfect weather, the perfect finances, the perfect body, the perfect relationships, perfect circumstances. But life doesn't work that way. It does not, darlings. It really does not. Sometimes joy arrives wearing rain boots. Sometimes happiness shows up in messy moments. Sometimes the memory is created before the event even starts. We kept going, pouring down. We laughed. We talked more. We enjoyed the ride. Because being together felt good. We created that. It felt so good, darlings. So when we arrived at the stadium, everyone was excited. The kids are excited. The children were looking around and, pointing. People were everywhere, The atmosphere was amazing. My daughter connected with her work associates, and hubby and the kids were found a seat. I went and grabbed snacks, got drinks, and sat down together. And for a moment, I looked around and thought, this is nice. This is wealth. This is joy. Not because of the game. I haven't even started yet. But because everyone I love was together. You see, darlings, when you get older, you begin to understand something. Time becomes more valuable than money. presence become more valuable than presence. Experience becomes more valuable than possessions. You start realizing that one day these children won't be children anymore. One day they'll be adults. One day they'll have lives of their own. And these little moments become priceless. Priceless. So the rain came back down again. Now heavier. Harder this time. Heavier. And eventually the announcement came. The game was cancelled. Now, here's where today's lesson begins. Because something interesting happened. Nobody was devastated. They weren't upset. They weren't angry. Nobody was heartbroken. Nobody fell apart. No. Nobody complained. Even the kids. Nobody complained. Why? Because we had already received what we came for. Think about that. The game was cancelled, okay? We got that. But the purpose wasn't the event ended. The connection remained. The destination disappeared. The experience stayed. Now, many times in lives, we do think we need one specific outcome in order to be happy. How many times do we say, I'll be happy when I'll relax when I'll enjoy life when I start living life when, and then we spend years postponing our joy. The problem is not that life disappoints us. No, darlings, that's not the problem. The problem is that we attach our happiness to outcomes. We tell ourselves happiness exists somewhere in the future. But happiness lives in the present. It lives within you right now. In ordinary moments, in conversations, in shared laughter, in car rides, in family dinners, in watching your grandbabies, grandchildren, Glambabies eat snacks while the rain is falling outside. We keep chasing the game and miss the people sitting beside us. What is actually about is connection. Connect with yourself. Connect with your family. Connect with your purpose. Connection with the life you have already built. So many women come to me feeling lost, Not because they have bad lives. No, darlings. Nobody have bad lives. It's just a learning point, a growth. Because they've forgotten how to appreciate the life they already have. They spent decades taking care of everybody else, working, building, sacrificing. We know women, we do that. Giving. Then one day they woke up and realized they've been postponing their own joy. Darling, stop waiting. Stop waiting for retirement. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect circumstances. Stop waiting until you lose weight. Stop waiting until everything feels certain. Life is happening now. It is happening right now. This is not a practice life. This is life. This is exactly why I create my reinvention checklist. Because reinvention is not becoming someone else. No, darlings. It's remembering who you are. It's recognizing that your next chapter doesn't begin someday. It begins today. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a decision. A decision. You need awareness. Be aware. You need intention. Be very intentional. You need the courage to stop postponing your own life. And if you're ready for that next chapter, download my free reinvention checklist. Then the description, the link is in the description, or maybe I put it in my bio. Check anywhere, okay? The Met game got canceled, but nobody remembered the cancellation. What we'll remember is being together. The laughter, the joy, the conversation, the chaotic energy, the snacks, the excitement, the rain, the ride there. My little grandson was taking videos of the rain. The ride back home, the feeling of family. Maybe that's the lesson. Maybe the greatest moments of your life aren't hidden inside the big events. Maybe they are hiding inside ordinary moments you've been overlooking. The game wasn't the point. No, darlings. The people were. And perhaps the same is true for your life. All right, come to the end of it's a very long one, and I hope it hit you. As you know, I wrote a book. This is Not a Practice Life by Jacque Young Landy. It became a bestseller on Amazon. It comes in hardcover, it comes in paperback, it comes in Kindle. Go on Amazon, put the name in, purchase it, whatever form you love to read. And after you read it, please go back and write me a review. I greatly appreciate your support. But the best part is to lend it to someone or give it to someone, pay it forward. Enlighten them also. This is not a practice life. We are here to create or co-create our life. Whatever we desire with the help of my God, source, universe, whatever you call it. Okay? So do that. And of course, if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. Like, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell button so you won't miss any of my videos. Before I go, let me show you what I wore to work. Ooh, like cramp. So I wore this little skirt suit. I love orange. It has gauge in here. Little sleeveless top. Take this off. The sleeveless turtleneck top, and of course my mitt t-shirt, and that's it. And I wore orange shoes and a little orange bag, and I was good to go. All right, guys, let all of that sink in. And I'll see you in the next video. Much love. Take care. Bye for now.